escape. A Boogens.
And good morning, everybody. I am your horrible host, Graham Nolan. I am here for day 21 of the 31 Days of Monsters. Look at us, 21 days in. Can you believe it? Today, we're going to be talking about a rarely seen film, I think, called The Boogens from 1981. I never saw this movie until a couple of years ago. In fact, I never even heard of it until a couple of years ago. And I was surprised at how good this little picture is. It doesn't have a lot of special effects. The monster, the actual Boogens, they only made one of them, and they had to just keep shooting it, I think we're going to have a pumpkin. Yes, we do. We have a pumpkin alert. Hello, pumpkin. Did you get scared by the Boogens? Okay. I'm talking to my friends here. Do you mind? Sorry. Anyway, what makes this movie so great is it's a cast of nobodies. You never heard of these people, but I guarantee you that you'll know these faces. Two of the older, or three of the older actors, older stars that are in this film are stalwarts of television and movies that you've seen all over the place. First off, we have John Crawford. And of course, we have some Star Trek references here. John Crawford has been in just about every TV show ever made, including my beloved Star Trek. First season episode, the Galileo 7, he played Commissioner Ferris in that. And he's like the guy in charge of the mines. Next up, we have Med Flory. Who's Med Flory? Well, this is Med Flory. You've seen this guy in a million things. He was 6'5", and he was a alto jazz saxophonist as well. He played with I believe it was Woody Herman's band when he got started. But a character actor that was in a million different things, westerns, TV shows like Matt Houston, and all through the late 50s, 60s, 70s, and into the 80s. Really great. And of course, the third older actor, John Lormer. Everybody knows him from Star Trek. He was in 3 Star Trek episodes. He was actually in The Cage, the pilot. He was also in Return of the Archons, the first season episode. And then he returned for the 3rd season for The World is Hollow and I Have Touched the Sky. Always dependable. He was also in John Wayne movie, The Comancheros. Again, a familiar Batman. He was in Batman. This guy has been all over TV and movies. And having a cast like that, supporting the younger actors is so good because you can see how easy they walk through this film and how likable they are. And that's true for all the characters in this movie. This is a low-budget film, but what makes this movie sing is that you actually care about these characters. Almost everybody dies, like most of these horror movies, but you're affected by it because you really care about these characters. We see them interacting. Nothing seems really forced, like in some of these movies where the dialogue is just like filler space. We're going to have these teenagers talk like, stereotype teenagers, but these people have actual conversations. There's nice little bits, as they call them, and it makes you care about them. Another thing that makes this movie really sell itself is the locations. They shot it. It's supposed to be like at a silver mine in a small town in Colorado, and they shot it in Utah. And all the exterior shots that's real snow. That's a pet peeve of mine is when you see movies that take place in snow and it's, soap flakes or something fake or sand, or, they use all different things to simulate snow. And it's so clear that it's not snow. This is real snow. You can actually hear it crunching when they're walking. There's one scene where they walk out of this bar and the snow is actually falling. You can see it down the street. I live in Buffalo, so I know what snow looks like. So this is those locations go a long way in selling the premise of this movie. Also, the mines, those are real mines. They shot most of the stuff. The exteriors are all real. A lot of the interior mine stuff is real. They had some problems, and they had to build some sets also, and those are obvious when you see the sets. But that's okay. This is really, really a fun movie. The scares are real. The monster's cool for the little bits that you see it. And the characters are likable. So what more do you want from a low budget monster film? As I constantly say about these things, it's all about the selling of the idea. These are absurd concepts. If you believe, the actors believe, you'll buy into it. As soon as there's a self-awareness, then I'm out. Pop culture references or anything like that completely take me out of a film that they're trying to sell me on a ludicrous idea. And this movie does none of that. So I think some people said that they watched this on YouTube. So I don't know if you have to rent it or if you can stream it for free. So if you didn't do your homework and you haven't seen it, look it up, because it is a lot of fun. So let's say good morning to the crew that's in here today. We have Prater7, Revan Saber, JP Roca, Man of War 665, Ralph Boa is here. Good morning, everybody. Pop Culture Avenger is here. Who says a good morning to me, Becky, and Pumpkin? Well, thank you, sir. Oh, Man of War says he found this on YouTube about an hour ago. He's about halfway through it. Cool. Delaware Comic Dude says morning chat and Comicsgate. Good morning. Hyper Kaiju is here. Fearless Freep. We have our usual cast of characters. The Normie Nerd says good morning, everybody. JP Roca says the music in the trailer was cooler than the music in the movie. I thought the music in the trailer had a Halloween feel to it. A John Carpenter type of music that he wrote for Halloween. That do 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 all that kind of stuff. I thought it had like an intentional John Carpenter feel to it, because this is like 3 years after Halloween came out. Good stuff. Mike Joseph is here. I have the trailer in HD on my trailer archive channel, Grindhouse Movie Trailers. I think you'd like the channel, Graham. Lots of monsters. Oh, very cool. I shall look at that, Mike. Priest 1984 says, beats me. I haven't even heard of that movie. Yeah, it's not a well-known movie, which is kind of fun to do this because of that. Expose people to some cool stuff you haven't seen before. Hyper Kaiju never heard of it either, but he thought it was pretty decent. That's cool. Oh, okay. So it is free. JP Roca saw it on YouTube, and Pop Culture Avenger watched it free yesterday on YouTube. Thanks to Hyper Kaiju. Excellent. Mike Joseph says it's available on Blu-ray from Olive Films. That's where I watched it, because I bought the Blu-ray. It's a really nice transfer. Looks great. The star, the female lead, is Rebecca Balding. Again, never made it big in films, lots of TV work. And she ended up marrying the director, James Conway, who they met on this film. The other really outstanding lead, the young lead here, is Fred McCarran, who went on to be another character actor in television and stuff. He was from Butler, PA, and he ended up back in Butler and doing a lot of local television commercials and stuff because I guess he wanted to get out of Hollywood, and he had 6 kids he raised. So he's doing local TV stuff, but he is really good in this. Very likable, not over the top. He's just really, really good in this movie. Passed away at the age of 55 from colon cancer, unfortunately, but he was very talented. The first guy that got killed in the garage never did end up getting the girl. Poor bastard. That's the only character that I thought was a caricature. The horny teenager or the horny young guy. He didn't really have much personality. In fact, he was sort of a pain in the ass. He's the only one in this film that you're like, yeah. But everybody else is really good. JP Roca thinks the trailer music was totally a Halloween knockoff. Totally. I wonder if that was intentional. Delaware Comic Dude hasn't checked it out, but he's going to. Good. I think you'll like it. Olive Films puts out good Blu-rays. Yeah, I was just saying last night to Julie, I like the stuff that Olive Films puts out, and Shout Factory. Shout Factory or Shout Factory, I think it is. They put some obscure stuff out there, which I really like. I see the director then went on to be the most credited Star Trek director of all time. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't read that part. So we have another Star Trek connection here, but it's not original Star Trek. There's no way he directed the original series. Those 80 flicks are always good for some nipple shots. That's true. Orange Potato Gamez says, Hail Graham. Hello, Orange Potato. Pop Culture says Vinegar Syndrome too. Vinegar Syndrome. Not sure what that reference is. Gigadeath, the graphic novel, is here. He says, good morning, everybody. Conway did all the modern Treks. Okay. The only modern Trek that I liked was Enterprise. I thought that was a good series. Some of the Next Generation was pretty good, but that's some pretty woke stuff. It got better as the series went on, but those first 2 seasons were brutal. Another dog that needed eating. I like that dog. I like that dog better than Jonesy the cat in yesterday's movie, that's for sure. Oh, okay. Vinegar Syndrome releases obscure movies. I never heard of them. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. The 80s were a great decade for random boobs in movies. 70s and 80s. Delaware Comics Dude. I think Voyager is kind of boring too. Oh, I hated Voyager. Hated it. Okay, I think that's I think I got everybody covered here. All right. Tomorrow, we're gonna go backwards in time a little bit to kind of a little seen Universal monster film from the 50s. They tried to reinvigorate their monster line in the 50s, starting with The Creature from the Black Lagoon. And then they did this one, The Mole People. Really cool mask, really cool creatures. But it just didn't catch on. And we'll go over that one tomorrow, maybe why it didn't catch on. But it has the ever-present John Agar in it, who we had seen in Tarantula. And he was in a bunch of those low-budget monster films in the 50s, much to his chagrin, I believe. Where can we see it? I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up because I don't own it either. So I'm going to have to rent it. Now let's take a look. Hold on a second here. Let's go to Amazon Prime Video and let's see if it's there. That doesn't have me logged in there. No, we'll go to IMDb. It's because it usually tells you where it's playing or where you can watch it. All right, so we're at 1956. And let's see. So it's available on Amazon. Okay. Let's just check YouTube too. Oh, there's an MST 3K version. Oh, this says free. Chilimovie.com. Let's see what that is. But it looks like you should be able to find it. I think you can rent it on Amazon Prime. Delaware Comic Dude says it's in the big Universal 50s sci-fi box set. No, not Mole Men from Mars. The Mole People. Yeah, we never see the Mole People on TV. It's one of those rare ones. I don't know why. Okay, so there's our homework, gang. Let's come back here tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock and talk about the Mole People. Until then, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you then. Bye now.